And Shalom coming to you in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashai Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me the truth. And yeah, shalom to the brothers, that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. Just a quick one, follow up on the last video I did. Miriam got quarantined. Okay, this is the book of yeah, I'm weird, man. So like, I find like just random shit funny. Anyways, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 12 and 1, and it says, "And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman." And by the way, there was somebody on the comment board of our camp channel, Warrior Lord. He used to come on my channel as well. Man, forget you, man. You're a loser, man. you're a real, like, you're all-time loser, man. Okay, talking about certain brothers in the camp, because anyways, we don't even need to get into that, man. But by the way, in the kingdom, when we have our concubines of these other nations, there was this thing going around about with these Old Testament Israelites and stuff. You can't sleep with women of the other nations, and you can't have children by them and stuff. That's bullshit, man. With our concubines in the kingdom, we gonna have children with them as well, okay? And those children are gonna be Israelites, okay? Why? Because of me, and because of you, the Israelite man, all right? Not the mother, all right? Because this is not the Jewish, Jewish whatever, man. I don't even know what to call it, whereby they say that your lineage comes, or your Jewishness comes from your mother, which is complete garbage, all right? The line, the seed is carried through the fathers, man. So in the kingdom, when we get with the women of the other nations as concubines and stuff, they gonna bear our children also, as well as our Israelite wives, and those children from the heathen women will be Israelites. Okay, anyways, verse 2, "And they said, Have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have you not also spoken by us? And the Lord heard it." Okay, and jump to verse 4, "And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out." Now let me scroll down a bit. And it says, "And the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you, I the Lord Yahweh will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses, my Shah, is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. So she lost her pigmentation. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead. Okay, so light bulbs should be popping off in your head. Those who lack complete pigment, their flesh is basically, it's not the same, man. It's basically as dead, man. Now, if your whole body is leprous, then you're a clean leper. But if you've got blotchy leprosy and stuff like that, then that's an unclean leper. You get into the law. It talks about the hairs that come out of the skin and so on, and so forth, how to determine it. All right, but Edomites, they're clean lepers. Hence why you can brush arms with your Edomite. You don't start getting funny skin and all that stuff. Or they don't have express problems with boils breaking out on them, unless they go in the sun and stuff like that. Anyways, let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed. So their flesh is half consumed, man, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Okay, and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O power, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Which goes back to the law, which we were talking about in the last video. Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. Okay, so Miriam got quarantined, man. Alright, and on the 8th day, what did she have to do? Come back in the camp, be inspected by Aaron the high priest. Okay, and if she were clean, which she was, she'd have to do the sacrifice of the turtle doves, you know, and then come back and be reintegrated into the congregation. But Miriam was quarantined for 7 days, man. And let's say the Lord decided not to heal her after 7 days. She would have had to been put out for another 7 days. Okay? So that's just another example of, you know, people being quarantined in the scriptures, man. Because you got quarantines going on around the world and people are getting scared of the word quarantine. There's nothing wrong with a quarantine. The problem is the actual disease, okay? Not the quarantine, all right? You know, it's the disease. Now Esau's doing it all wrong. They're well, I get why he's doing it like that, but a quarantine should happen to people that are sick. If you put people, you know, that aren't yet diagnosed and quarantine them, you know, you don't know if they've already passed it on to somebody else, because the number of infected patients keep going up, but the numbers pretty much is a game of catch up, man, because the numbers will always run behind reality in such a case, because you can only know once diagnosed positive. So if Bill is diagnosed on Tuesday, all right, how many people did he infect the Monday night before, the Sunday night 2 nights ago, the so-called Saturday night 3 nights ago? How many people did he infect? You don't know. So the numbers is a catch-up game. So quarantining people is really a fair tactic to instill fear, because it doesn't really stop the disease being spread. Okay, you know, because people already could have it, man. You know, but the problem is not quarantining. The problem is the disease, man. And as I was trying to express, hopefully I got the point across in the last video, it's the Lord that heals, man. Quarantine doesn't stop a disease, man. It's the Lord that puts it on the people, and it's the Lord that takes it off the people, man. You know, that's just a quick one, but, you know, just giving an example, because I spoke about it, but just another example, because I gave examples in the last lesson, but just another explicit example of quarantining, man. Okay, Miriam got quarantined for 7 days, and she came back in on the 8th day. Why? Because the Lord made her skin leprous, man. Alright? So quarantines are in the scriptures. And here's that, man. I'm going to say shalom.